Welcome back to another episode of Let's Be Creative with the LBC. And we are going to continue this week working on the technique of fingerpicking. Last week, up to now, we've been strumming a lot, which is great, concentrating on making our chords down here and just strumming with this hand. But last week, I just introduced a little exercise, which isn't hard on this hand, a little more tricky on this hand, especially if you've never done finger picking before. I know the first time that I tried it, even though I know how to finger pick, it was even a little bit of a challenge. So I can imagine if that was your introduction to finger picking, it was challenging. And that's what happens when you learn something new. You get a little challenge and then you get better at it. It's not as much of a challenge. But this is what we were doing last week. We were going from C to a version of F and just doing a little pattern. And that was it. That was the whole pattern. So today what I'd like to do is, when you're going hiking and you have those weights on your ankles, and then you're training or whatever, and then you take those weights off, and all of a sudden it feels a lot easier. Well, hopefully this song this week that we're gonna do, the finger picking, is gonna seem a lot easier if you were already working on, that, this one's gonna seem a lot easier. We're gonna use chords that we know, because again, don't really want to have something new going on in both hands at once. So we'll use some chords that we know: A minor, F, C, and G. And the pattern that we're going to do on the finger picking is actually easier than the one that I introduced last week. And I did that on purpose. So hopefully this week is going to seem easy. And we're actually going to do a song this week that most people will probably recognize, but I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. So get your instrument in tune and let's work a little bit more on our finger picking. Okay, so today we'll be doing finger picking, but a different pattern. I mean, finger picking, you could literally make up any pattern you want. It's up to you. There are some common ones that people use, and this that we're going to work on today is one of them. And that is something that you're gonna do with really only two fingers today. As I mentioned last week, up to you how you want to do it, but I don't really use my pointer finger very much when I do finger picking. We anchor the hand on the instrument, whether it's your guitar or your ukulele. You can anchor the hand on the body of the instrument by putting your pinky down so that you don't have to let your hand hover in the air while you're trying to maneuver this. So here's my pinky, and this is going to be the pattern. I'm going to play it at this angle, and then I'll get up closer. I'm going to start with my A minor chord, and we're only going to use we're going to use string 1, 2, 3. I was going to say the bottom 3 strings, but really this is string number 1, the one at the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, and so the first chord is A minor, and we're just going to go like this. It's an alternating string pattern. Okay, so that's part of the chord progression, and to really dive into this, to know how to do it, I'm gonna have to bring the camera a little bit closer to my fingers so that you can see exactly what's going on. So I'll do that, and then we'll go back to trying to play the song. We'll try to play the first verse of the song today very slowly, and then next time we'll put it all together and try to play the entire song. Let's talk about what we're doing with our strumming hand, with our finger picking hand. All I'm going to do right now is make the A minor chord, which is my second finger on the second fret of the 4th string. And that's all I'm going to do right now, because we're going to concentrate on this one. So I've got my pinky anchoring my hand, and we're not even going to play this string, which is the 4th string. Starting down here is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're actually not going to touch this string during this song, unless you want to put it in your own pattern. But the pattern that I'm going to show you is where the thumb alternates, and I'm going to do it with my thumb and second finger. So that would be my thumb and middle finger. We're going to skip the pointer. And you could actually do it with the thumb and the pointer if you want to. I'm going to show you the way I do it, which is the thumb and the second finger. And it's going to go like this. I've got the A minor chord. You're not going to be able to see that because I'm going to get right up on this. And it's going to go like this. So my thumb hits this third string, then I hit with my second finger, I hit the first string, then my thumb hits the second string. It's kind of got this at a weird angle, it's slipping. And then again, the second finger hits the first string. So it goes thumb, well, let's talk about the string numbers. It goes third string, first string, second string, first string, third string, first string, and you just keep alternating those back and forth. So when you slow it down a little bit, it's going to sound like this. No matter what chord I play, now I'm going to a G, I'm going to still keep those same strings, using only these two fingers. So then I go to an F, and then I go to a C. So no matter what chord I'm playing, I'm just going to use those three strings. Now this is, like I said, this is, you don't have to do it exactly this way, but this is just the way that I'm doing it. And I'm going to use these three strings and two fingers, and we're going to see if we can put this together. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to slowly play the first verse of the song. What song is it? It goes like this. You start out with an A minor. So slowly, this would not be the tempo we would play it. We're going to do A minor. So an intro of 4 A minors like this. Now, why did I say 4 A minors there? What I just did was I played 4 measures, 4 bars of A minor, and each of those bars had 4 beats in it. So we went like this. Playing the simple pattern that I just showed you up close, playing the A minor chord, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. On the last beat, you strum. And we're going to do that at the end of every verse. That'll be the last beat. It's just one arrangement that you could do. So then we're going to need to go from, we start on hello darkness, my old friend. Go to the G. I've come to talk with you again because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. All right, so now you know what song we're going to do. We're just going to keep that finger picking pattern going the entire time. Keep it real simple. And I would say the only tricky part about this is the chords will follow the melody, and you don't stay on each chord a set number of times. Like, okay, we're going to stay on this chord 4 times, and every time we stay on each chord 4 times. Those songs are easy. Like some of the ones we did earlier in the series were sort of followed 8 times. Do this one 8 times. every chord is 8 times, and it creates a pattern that's really easy to follow, because you know no matter what chord you're on, you're always playing it the same number of times. But many times songs are not like that, and here's a good example. So we start out with our little intro, 4 measures of A minor. 2, 3, then we strum. Now we sing the first line, hello darkness my old. On the word friend, you're going to start going and you're going to do 4 measures of G. Then back to the A minor. Now this is the tricky part. We switch F, C. And then do it again. F, C. That was planted in my brain, still remains within the sound of silence. At the end of every verse, we'll bring it to a pause with a strum. So this time I'm going to go very slowly, and I'm going to sing it an octave down because that's obviously really high for my voice. But you'll get an idea of the pattern and how you switch. And of course, the chords will be on the screen as well. And we'll use a PDF that you can print out for next time with all the words and all the chords displayed. But for now, you just follow the chords on the screen. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to sing an octave down this time. So we're going to do the intro. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, strum. Hello, darkness, my old friend. That's the G. I've come to talk with you again. A minor. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. So one thing you'll notice is that a couple lines down, when you do that first F, you only stay on the F. Well, first of all, when you play the F, one of the fingers of the F is on the 4th string, so it doesn't even get played in the way I'm doing it. So you go F, but we don't hit this top note, which is doubled in the F chord. There's this note up here, and then there's this note here, and different strings but the same note. So we only hold it for one. We only play it for one pass. So we go. Because a vision softly F, C, left its seeds while I was F, C. Then we go back. And the vision F that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. All right, so that is what you're practicing for this week. You're going to practice slowly the chord progression of the first verse. Well, all the verses are the same. You're going to practice sound of silence, and so that you can really practice it, I'm going to go back to the close version. I'm going to get right up close, and but I'll have both hands this time, and we'll do a version very slowly, because I know when you're starting out on something, you have to go slow. That's okay. That's actually the way you should do it. Don't try to go fast at first, because then you'll feel like, oh, I can't do it. And you can do it, you're just not up to that speed yet. So back to the close-up. Let's go through it very slowly. So this is for the people who want to go slow, And there's nothing wrong with going slow at first or later on. It's never a problem. So we're gonna start with 4 measures of A minor. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Then we'll have a strum. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. Then we take that pause and go, in restless dreams I walked alone. All right, so that's the first verse and the second verse and the third verse. All the verses follow the same chord pattern. So we're gonna go through the song, the entire song next time, just a little bit faster with a beat, the way we've done some of the other songs. But I don't think you'll need a beat this week when you're trying just to get this pattern. Very easy, and I'm just using these 2 fingers. Thumb, second, and then switching my chords and keeping that pattern going. Next time when we do the entire song, there's also an alternate part that you can do strumming that backs up the finger picking. So we'll talk about that in case you want to try to play this with somebody else or with a group of people. So I hope you have a good time with this. This is taking the technique of finger picking and applying it to a song, and you can apply finger picking to any song. So this is just one that really kind of lends itself to it. It's a little bit slower, and I really like this song, and so we're gonna try it this week. So I hope you have fun with finger picking. I hope you're feeling like you're getting a little bit better at it. It is tricky. Be patient with yourself. It's tricky. It's just one of those things where doing that and doing something like, once you have the feel, no problem. But getting there, it takes some time. Be patient. All right? So I'll be back next week and we'll play this song in its entirety, a little bit faster with singing and a beat and everything else going on. So until then, have a great week. I'll see you then.